Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Kulls, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Squatch-D TV for today's date, February 18th, 2026. I'm your host, your guide, the Squatch Detective, Steve Kulls, along with my co-host with the most right down there, Mr. Chris Bennett. How are you, Chris?
Steve, man, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing better, buddy. I know you're having some sciatica issues there. But
yeah, the back is fine now, but the sciatic nerve hasn't been fixed yet.
Hang in there, hang in there. And before we start the show tonight, first thing I would like to do is issue a formal apology to Henry May, because I said something on the last shows that, Henry, you need to be updating your HBM's UFO corner, updating it more often. And he had just uploaded a video not 24 hours before I made that statement. So I apologize, Henry, and keep up the good work. Keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job. And yeah. Not entirely my fault. I will accept responsibility, but YouTube did not notify me, and I have clicked all notifications from Henry's channel because I love to see Henry's stuff. Yeah,
that does happen.
But I did watch it.
Yeah.
And I did apologize in the comment section. Sorry, Henry.
That's right. Reverend Quantum Bigfoot says it's Bob Lazar's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob probably, hid my notification because he didn't like my stance on his story. But that's okay.
So, very interesting week so far. Apparently, we had Tate Hieronymus on a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Mr. Gatewood's taking snippets of Mr. Prescott's stuff.
Yes.
And then running them through AI and colorizing them.
Right.
And selling the pictures, too. Offering the pictures for sale as well.
Oh, my God.
That's my understanding. But Mr. Gatewood has started his own Facebook Patterson-Gimlin page, film page. So that prompted Tate to do Patterson-Gimlin official.
Oh.
It's just a mess over there. And Tate being so how should I say, connected to the Patterson-Gimlin film.
Right.
Really, that he's been to the site, he's investigated there, he was part of the Bluff Creek Project.
Yeah.
And, he's taking up the cause and taking up the banner against, what Mr. Gatewood's claiming. So, and it's very apparent, the proof is in the pudding. You can see the screenshots that Tate's been pulling off of Todd Prescott, and even Todd Prescott himself said that these are just screen caps of my videos that he's colorizing.
Right. Yeah.
So.
I've seen some work. I've seen someone here do some of that work, and I think it was really great.
Yeah, but I'm not selling them, and I'm not.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Never seen before. Yeah.
Yeah, never seen in this way, maybe, but.
Yeah. What do you call that? I mean, grifting? I don't know. What would you call it?
Again, grifting is when you scam people out of money. And usually they end up, no. They usually end up, here's the difference. Here's the difference.
Okay.
A grift usually involves somebody getting their money and getting nothing in return.
Oh, okay.
That's grift.
Yeah.
That's what grifters do. They're going to invest this money, and they end up, not. But that's right.
Yeah, Reverend Quantum Bigfoot says, have they used AI to add Louis Vuitton logos to Patty?
I don't know, but we can do that. We can do that the next show.
Oh, Rev, that's a good idea.
But seriously, grifting. I mean, here's the thing: people are getting something in return. If they order a print, they're getting something in return.
Yeah.
So it's technically not a crime. They bought and paid for that stuff.
Yes.
So people don't understand. Grifting is a crime. It is a crime. So when people say, "Oh, even that," I don't call any of these channels that we may not agree with grifters, because they are not taking money out of people's pockets.
Right.
They're surviving solely on ad revenue, and people are watching their shows. So the people that are providing the ads are getting, what they paid for.
Well, yeah, but somebody that's using misleading claims, though, like this is a never before seen photo of.
But that's
Bob Gimlin.
That's false advertising. It's not grifting.
Yeah, okay.
And false advertising is not a crime.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Some states maybe.
It depends on the degree of it.
Well, I certainly see a lot of it on YouTube. I'll give you headlines.
I'll give you a great example of a grift where somebody gets something. People say, this phone, here's an iPhone 20 on sale. And you see it, this beautiful iPhone 20, and you see a picture of it.
Right.
And you pay $100 for it, and they send you in a box that looks like you're going to get an iPhone. And in the box is a picture of the iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
That's been done before.
Yeah.
That is a grift.
Yeah.
Because they're making a claim you're getting something.
Yeah. The Wish, if you shop on Wish, you're liable to get some of that. I ordered a car stereo one time and got a little bitty
low
packet.
again. Gary's saying I'm low again.
Yeah, your volume was a little lower today.
Damn this.
I don't know.
I don't know what StreamYard is doing, but they better fix it fast.
Well, when you're close to the mic, it's better.
Yeah, that wasn't. I never had to do that before.
Right. Yeah. We can't do the show with you eating the microphone.
Yeah. How's that? A little bit better?
That's better, I think.
Okay.
To me, it sounds great to me, guys. But I did notice, and I told Steve before the show that it was a little low, but I thought he had that issue taken care of. I thought you raised it up a little bit. And
well,
it sounded fine.
I actually did. And what I'm trying to do is find a happy balance between my level and my amp.
Right.
Because I have an amp built into this. So I just cranked up the amp a little bit.
Right.
I'm going to crank it up 2 more just to be on the safe
well,
side.
Well, maybe turn mine down a little bit. Maybe
No, you're fine. That's nothing to do with yours. Leave yours where it is.
Okay, I'm not touching nothing. No, I don't touch anything about it.
Thank you, Mick. Welcome to Squatch-D TV. Now, anyway, so I want to get into a very interesting story. I'm going to actually tell one of my...
John says sounds good. Sounds cool.
Rev Quantum Bigfoot says, Christ, had to turn the TV down. Sorry, Quantum Bigfoot. Sorry, brother. But I'm going to go into my archive because something very special happened this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And this person had talked to me at Hocking Hills about it.
Mm-hmm.
And, or maybe it was one of the events because I actually did a couple of events with them this year. So it was either one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty close to each other there, set up at Hocking Hills.
Oh, I mean, it was just such a big. So anyway, in November of 2016, and the exact date is actually November 16th, I'm sorry, 06, not 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to be doing Now, 2006 was very early on. It's before my sightings. It's before any of this.
Right.
And I happened to be up on my research area with some other researchers, and we did some calls, did some tree knocks, and just let things wait.
Yeah.
And after about maybe 15 minutes or so, something walked by us, and we could hear the footsteps through the leaf litter. And then, boom, we get hit with this horrible smell. And first and only time I've ever smelled a Sasquatch. Now, I didn't see it, so people are like, well, why are you calling us Sasquatch? Because not only do we hear this mysterious thing moving around us, we have that smell, but we also have the forward end cast, which I will show in a little bit.
But let me ask before we go any further. There are going to be people out there that are going to say, Steve, what did that smell like?
It was the worst smell that I've ever smelled in my life. And I've been in buildings with people that have been dead for a week or two.
Yes. So
Right.
you're
So
not
it's
stranger to
Right.
decay. Yeah.
And it did have a skunky overtone to it, but it smelled like death, garbage, skunk, musk, and wet dog all rolled into one. If you put all those horrible smells together, that's what it smelled like. And it was pungent and strong. And then as soon as we could hear the sounds moving away, the smell left us just like that, never to come back. So it wasn't something dead there. It wasn't a skunk, because skunks spray, and that spray lingers.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you understand why they may call them a skunk ape. Right? Because of a skunky smell. Well, yeah, it was skunky. Very much so. So we went in during the day. It was daylight. And that was starting to get it was dusk, and actually it was dark out when this happened. We just kind of hunkered down and used some red lights.
I doubt it, Riv. Yeah, I doubt that.
So let's go grab some night equipment, and off the trail was this track. And don't forget the Squatch Detective report, folks. Comes out once a month. And again, time for another shameless plug. If you haven't gotten one of these books, we're going to take a quick commercial break here because I have a post from somebody here. Well, anyway, I don't see it right here. I had a little computer issue earlier, and I kind of lost some stuff. But nothing important. I just the computer scrambled. It's probably in one of my folders somewhere. But another person just made a big shout out to me on Facebook saying that this is probably, this is a must have for anybody that wants to investigate the mystery, which was very nice of them. So anyway, there is the print off that, and we didn't move those leaves, by the way. So we immediately went to casting it. And that's what produced the 4-day cast.
Okay, make
yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah.
So that's what produced the 4-day cast.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And as you can see, what really made this interesting was it had a variation of a Morton's toe. Right? It seems like the third toe in was the longest of the batch. And there is, as you can see, I'm trying to do this in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 toes right here.
Right.
If you ever feel my cast, there is a bump right here. That's the mid-tarsal break. And there appears to be what I think is over here a callus. It's raised up a little bit. Actually, it's right here. It's hard to see. But if you actually see, it's not completely flat-footed. There is that little raising in the middle. You can see where the mid-tarsus was. Very hard territory.
Right.
No Reverend Bigfoot that does not say copyright Ray Wallace on the bottom. And actually, what it says is
Fort Ann cast. Yes.
right. This is made with dental stone.
Good stuff.
So yeah. I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah. Dental stone is good. It sets fast, but I will say this: if you're trying to cast something in snow, maybe stay away from dental stone because it gets hot.
Now that copy was made by one of my mentors, Bill Bram, who passed away a couple of years ago. So it's kind of a treasured item there.
Yeah.
But that's what you're looking at, and that's a copy of it because the original is wrapped up and stored.
Right.
So, Mick, you need to get down to Whitehall one day. That's not as far. So
Hocking Hills is a heck of a.
we go back the next day and find a trackway. It's kind of hard to see with the resolution of the pictures, but and all of those prints are the same. We didn't bother casting those because they are on a graded hill of about 35 to 40 degrees.
Okay.
It's pretty steep incline there.
Right.
So anything we would pour it in and we just run right out if we tried to. So one of the things you learn is that, I mean, yeah, you can block it and put blockers on it and stuff like that. But number one, we got to hike in, a quarter of a mile as it is, and not having that casting, that blockers with you automatically. Right. Yeah, that's I absolutely, Reverend Quantum Bigfoot noticed my field computer,
Tough book. Yeah,
my Panasonic Toughbook, which you'll see mounted in a lot of police cars too. And that one has been upgraded. It has an SSD drive in, and it's got Bluetooth capabilities and Wi-Fi capabilities. So, yeah, but I like it too because it's got a stylus pen to do it as well. So, it's really cool.
Mick has a request here for some new merch. I think different type of merch you should maybe consider putting in the store.
No, I don't even think they carry them. And we'll be exploring other options too. Just as now, I'm not going to do an aside till the end of the spiel. So yeah, we had all this, and we had the trackway, and it was just an amazing time. And one of the strange things is that we were there that day. All of a sudden, we had that smell come back, and that smell left again, and everybody got to smell it that time. Well, yeah. Bill got to smell it that time. And it did not linger. It was gone. It was all of a sudden it was there again and it was gone. So something was watching us, I'm sure of it. And we've known at that time in the research area, they like watching us. So yeah.
Southern Sierra Bigfoot says, is Dental Stone Cal Mag?
No.
I'm not sure what the.
No, he's talking about calcium. I carry the mid-grade stuff, which is the calcium.
Hydrocal.
Yeah. I carry Hydrocal in. That's what I use to cast with now. I don't use plaster Paris. I use Hydrocal. Yeah. Dental stone. These were made with dental stone because these are copies, so you can have time and let them set for a long time. Yeah. Because dental stone actually, the harder the substance, the longer the curing time. Dental stone takes longer than actually Hydrocal to cure, which takes longer than plaster of Paris to cure.
Wow, I've not used Hydrocal. I used the dental stone and it was fast.
Yeah, it gets very hot.
It gets hot, yeah.
As does the Hydrocal.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you can use anything. You can use anything you want. If you want to cast a track, if you can't find anything, run down to the Ace Hardware and pick up some plaster Paris or something. You don't have to You have to order the exotic
you know what I
stuff
would love to
offline.
do is make silicone molds.
Oh,
Or
that
not
would be
silicone
cool.
molds, but actually make silicone prints. Make
Yeah.
a copy of that in silicone. That way it won't break.
Yeah.
And and they're not as heavy either.
Well, Taters was doing a lot of work with silicone, and he's, you got to see that presentation he did. It's just, it's awesome. But gallons and gallons of silicone.
Right.
So you got Southern Sierra Big was, it got hydrocal in the car 2 years now. Got to cast something.
Well, here's another thing too. If you come across a deer track or a coyote track or a cat track or a bear track,
Yeah,
cast
there
it.
are no shortage of things you could cast if you just want to
Get the
experiment.
practice
Right.
in. The more you cast, the better you will become at doing it. Of course, I had my years of doing that, man.
I sent Steve a photo. I'll share this because it's funny. I sent Steve a photo about 16 years ago now of a small individual track that I had found. And within that track, or within that photo, right next to it, I think, and in it was a deer track. And there was also a pile of rabbit poop. So everything combined in that one area there.
I have to excuse me as I cough. It hurts my sinus.
That's a good one, Steve. Mick wants to know what's your take on using hairspray in the process of casting?
I've never used it, but can't hurt.
I think it's a good idea. I've never used it either, but I think it's a good idea.
But you have to be careful because here's the thing about using hairspray. You may be putting that down on potential DNA evidence,
Oh, yeah, that would ruin it. Yeah.
right? Because you're going to put a
And let's see. Wolf Lord Brand says, Steve, just a question about the report. Will we be able to get past issues that we missed? I tried signing up, and I don't know if I didn't have enough signal, but I don't think my email went through. Well, you can sign up again, Wolf. I don't think you probably won't get two.
I haven't seen it, so try dropping your email again, and we will. So far, you've only missed one issue, and when you sign up now, I send that first issue just saying, "Hey, thanks for signing up. Here's the issue 1 that you missed." So next one doesn't come out for another 10 days. So so this gets me.
Very cool. Jen says Trackway has had a 3D scan of a big print with little prints inside of it. It was great to see in person.
Now, mind you, we didn't have those nifty phone scanners and stuff like that when this happened.
Yeah. Technology has come a long way since then.
So what's the big deal? Everybody's asking is that 3 years later, Frank Sisyansky was in the same general area. You know, Frank from the Vermont Trail Cam photo.
Right.
And he is definitely, at the time, he was a little younger. Now he's probably creeping on 80. Right. But at the time, here he was in his late 60s, and he was in that brush because he's perked up. He's interested in seeing what's going on. And lo and behold, he finds a track about a mile away from where this one was found. This is 3 years later.
Right.
So he ends up taking a cast of it. And I look at it and I go, he goes, "Did I ever show you my cast?" And he showed it to me. And Frank, what he got, and now mind you, he had got it in 2010, early 2010. So a little over 3 years.
Yeah.
And it had the same I should have just left that over there. But it has that same toe.
Right.
Now, a funny, interesting thing is that Frank's cast was donated to the North American Bigfoot Museum, run by Cliff Barrickman.
Right.
And Dr. Meldrum got a copy of that cast, too. It was part of his collection. And so we have on record in Meldrum's collection this. But Cliff also poured himself one for the North American Bigfoot Museum.
Yeah.
Right? So I bumped into Cliff. It had to have been at one of the events. I'm not quite sure where or when. It was after Dr. Meldrum had passed. Mm-hmm. Had to have been. And like, wow, I can't even remember the events I did last year because I did so many of them. But anyway, I come home from work Monday afternoon, out doing some cases.
Yeah.
I came back and there's this big box in front of my door. Mm-hmm. And I open it up and I know exactly what it is because the return address was from the North American Bigfoot Museum.
Oh, Cliff. Yeah.
And inside was this little postcard, which is really nice.
Oh, cool.
I met Murphy at the North American Bigfoot Museum. He calls that Bigfoot he's got in there Murphy.
Murphy.
He also left me a nice, fresh, crisp sticker for the car.
Well, that's nice of him. Yeah.
Right. But
Cliff's a great guy.
yes, absolutely. And then I get a note on the postcard, which I'm going to read you. Steve, this was Meldrum's copy that I poured for him. Enjoy.
Wow.
So now I have one of the casts that was in Dr. Meldrum's collection.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And it has such significance to me. And I'm going to show it. And I got to put myself in full view here.
Okay, go ahead.
So here it is. And as you can see, it's the same individual. And there's a lot of overcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without a doubt. There's that strange
Yes.
middle toe again.
Right.
Same individual. You feel it? There's the same bump in the middle where the mid-tarsal break is.
Right.
And over here was where the callus was, and that seems to have worn down a little bit.
Measurement-wise, we're sure this is the same individual.
Same heel width, same length, different toe splay.
Very
And
cool.
why is different toe splay important?
Because it's a different track.
No.
Sorry.
Let's ask the crew. Why is that different toe splay important? I don't think they're paying attention. Well, I'll go right ahead. Well, the different toe splay shows life, okay? Very, very true.
Shows not fake.
Right, because as a naked or a barefoot hits different substrates, the toes move. So if somebody's got a stomper, the toes are always the same, right? If you ever noticed, like we talked about the Blue Mountain Trackway, but you always see what the measurement length of their feet were,
Right.
but you never ever heard about what the toe splays were.
Yeah.
So that's how far we've come in that time. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't think of that.
Yeah.
But the toe splay in this one is much. Let me get myself off of. Is much wider, not by much, but it's wider than the first one. And it was in softer substrate because you can see the toes more clearly. So that makes sense because that soft substrate, the softer material, softer substrate gets between the toes and pushes them out a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mechanism of that.
Well, I want to put this up because Mick posted it up that he did a quick search and it seems that hairspray doesn't erase DNA evidence. I wouldn't think it would erase it, Mick,
but it depends on how you spray it. If you spray it too close, it's going to blow whatever substrate you have around.
I don't know. To me, I would be a little wary of putting anything that could be considered a solvent onto the track.
Right.
If you're looking to maybe pick up some DNA evidence from it. But now, if you've got like a track that's been in sand and made in sand, and you know that when you try to cast it, that when you pour it, you're going to start moving the substrate underneath the track, then it might be hairspray. It might be a good idea.
See, I think there's a delay, Chris, between what we say and the actual chat room.
Yeah.
Because now they're all answering.
Maybe.
But
yeah, that's right, Brian.
Absolutely right. It shows anatomical function. It shows dynamic attributes. All very, very correct. But it's showing it's something dynamic, not a stomper, which is not. It's non-dynamic.
Yeah, like the Ray Wallace stompers.
Right. And I don't think anybody's running around there with silicone stompers. They wouldn't. Especially when they were made in my presence. And you got to understand that Frank came across that one. I heard the sumbitch that made mine.
Right.
Smelled them too. Right. So that's just more, it's not a bias, it's just more confirmation. And for him to have the same exact creature or the same exact foot dynamics with a different toe splay.
Right. That's awesome. So we got the same individual 3 years later, or probably almost 4 years later, roaming around just 2 or 3 miles away.
Right. And when you have something like this, that's scientific evidence. That's good forensic evidence.
Yeah.
The scientists would be like, well, how do you know it's somebody with not stompers? Well, the toe splay's different. Well, maybe they got a different set of feet. Oh my God, and they just so happen to find one 3 years later and they're hidden in the woods deep where maybe nobody will find them.
Yeah, you would think if it's...
And then they made them in my presence because we walked right down that trail not an hour before.
Yeah.
There was nothing there. And then we start whooping and doing whatever and we come back and literally, like I said, we heard this thing. It may have been maybe 35 feet away. It wasn't very far.
Right.
And I got to say, we heard rustling. We heard some movement. It was very windy that night, too. That's why we were surprised that smell didn't linger.
Yeah. And that's something, too, that kind of gets me is I'm kind of skeptical of a track that was easy to find, because that's what a hoaxer would do. He would place tracks in an area that would be easy for someone to find. And so if I find some, and I have found some at times that were in an area that was like, oh, wow, there's one track in the middle of a gravel road. Okay. And of course, you had a trackway on the left side and the right side of the gravel road, but there was one print right in the center of the gravel road. And I was always kind of, I'm not too sure about that one. But I don't think it was a hoaxer, but that's just an example of what a hoaxer would do, place a track in an area where somebody's apt to find it. Now, where this was at...
And to do it when a live crew is right nearby.
Yeah, that's a little bit...
How did that smell come about? They stink really bad, too. Or like I say, there are just too many coincidences. And as an investigator, we learn there are no coincidences.
Yeah.
You know, yes, there's been reports that Bigfoots have these unbearable stenches. Well, surprise, there it was.
Yeah.
So, not entirely quite sure what to ever make of that. You know, at times I often wonder. You know, it's just so strange the stuff that has happened in that area over the years.
Yeah, Mick says still doesn't mean there's only one Sasquatch out there. I agree with
yeah.
that, Mick. Yeah, but I think what Steve's trying to show here is that track is from us, the same individual. Doesn't mean he's the only one in that area, or she,
Or her, she.
No, yeah.
But I can say this. That's at the point when they wanted nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Remember, I spent so many years up there, and anytime you get any kind of experience whatsoever, you hear some movement, or, you know, you might see a shadow moving, and then it just recedes, and that's it. You're done. No more. Then in 2010, 4 years later, everything changes. Now we're getting 3 movements at a time.
Yeah.
And every time we would go out, it would recede. We would come back in, it would come back.
Yeah.
And that's the years I've had my sightings. That's the years I've had my sightings. That's the, you know, up until this day where we get a call back, you know, back in 2023 after the Whitehall Sasquatch Festival. You know, we've all heard that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just an incredible, and you got to be patient because they're not there all the time.
All right. And Jen's got a question. Says, Steve, do you think the smell is a deterrent that they use?
Well, I'm not necessarily sure it's built as a deterrent, but it could, and I firmly believe that it may be an olfactory thing, not just it's just dirty. And gorillas under stress have apocrine glands. And when they get distressed, those apocrine glands release.
Yeah.
And the same thing when they fight, the apocrine glands release because they're under stress. And it has a very musky, bad smell to it. So
Yeah.
I think what it was is that we were close to it and we stressed it the hell out, making all our noise and whooping and knocking and talking and yakking. And it decided I need to get the hell out of here and I got to go close because where I'm living is over just past them or, you know, in that direction. I got to go past them to get to my living area or my safe zone.
Yeah.
And, just, you know.
And Jen had made a comment earlier. She said, when I was on Mount St. Helens and did the audio recording, the slightest whiff of skunk, and it passed real quick, even noted it in the recording.
There you go. Yep. Yep. I would not think it's a defensive mechanism. It's more of a stress mechanism.
Hmm.
And the reason why is because how many people have seen a Bigfoot like in the woods and they're like, oh, and it's like, oh, and it turns around and walks away.
Yeah.
You know, you don't always get that smell.
Right.
You know, it was, you know.
And it varies on the report. Some people report a very strong foul odor, and other people report nothing. They didn't smell a thing. Now, it could have been, you know, the way the wind was blowing too. You never know. That's why it's important to do the research after. Get the weather reports, find which way the wind was blowing. Oh no. I'm not putting that up, Mick. I see it, but I'm not putting it up.
Now, Blue Creek Mountain, a totally different story there. Looked like all the toast plays are different. I mean, if you caught the episode we did on Sunday, we show the different Marks casts, or not Marks casts, Wallace casts.
Yeah.
And compare them to a lot of the old type of castings those days. Blue Creek Mountain not only matched one set of tracks, but another set of tracks that was found on Blue Creek Mountain. So we have that to deal with. So to me, I know John Green would often say, I think that Ray copied made the tracks the way copied the track way and to make his cast. Let me put it to you that way. I'm sorry, I'm a little bumbling today. But we didn't only see one set of tracks, but two. So that means he would have to know about the other set of tracks and carve stompers. Doesn't make sense to me. It's like, I understand, that John Green's much admired, but he was a human being too, and he can fall victim to confirmation bias, especially after, looking at those and making a big deal of those. So once you get invested into those, people want to walk away from it. They don't want to back down. So that was his idea. My idea is, no, I think Ray did make those tracks.
Yeah.
As he'd made some others in the Bluff Creek area. But again, they look nothing like Roger's tracks or some of Bob Titmus's tracks or the Laird Meadow tracks or any of that. So. Yeah,
and you can look at the castings and you can compare it to Ray Wallace's stompers.
Wallace's stompers weren't very good. I mean, he had one that was kind of good, but you could still tell it was a little bit blocky.
Yeah. The ones with the square toes, I mean, I thought that's a little bit lazy, but I'm sure he put a lot of work into them. But those square toes didn't have any movement.
Right.
Every time he stomped it down, that's the same track. Yeah.
Right. So very, very interesting storyline there, and with all the other events that just so much strange things going on, but nothing paranormal, nothing weird like that. It's all been straightforward. Like, the time I had my second sighting next morning, there's the log behind the truck, the Jeep.
Right.
That one of our expeditioners had chucked across the road.
Yeah.
So.
You didn't leave out any gifts, did you?
No.
Didn't leave out a audio recorder and tell them that if you feel uncomfortable, just turn it off.
But.
You remember those guys?
But to have a copy that was part of Meldrum's collection, wow.
Yeah, that's sentimental value there.
Kind of floored about that. And the importance it is, to this area, to research in this area, the two casts. Here are these two casts side by side.
Right.
2016, 2010. Or why do I keep saying 2016? 2006, 2010.
Yep, 2006. And that's a great. That gives you the opportunity to take that along with you when you do a presentation and show them the comparison.
Now I have to build a case.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anything to come of either one of them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it like I did the Patty cast. I have another one too that was. I have three. Well, I have two other casts too. That one is one from Washington State that was cast by a park ranger.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, maybe a sheriff. And I have another one that was done by a park ranger in Pennsylvania.
No, Brian, I didn't make fun of half the Bigfoot community. There's one couple that they would leave their recorder out and they would talk to the woods and they would say, if you feel uncomfortable with the recorder going, just turn it off.
Turn it off.
And, they did other things, but I'm not going to bring those people up because it's not worth the time.
It's quite comical, actually.
Yeah. It's almost good as, never mind. I'm not going to talk about our departed friends' adventures in the desert with a certain woman.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Yeah, I am so
Yeah.
humbled by it. It's like, how did I end up with one of the casts in the collection? And the only reason why is because Cliff had a copy of that already in his museum.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got the original.
That worked out great. Yeah, that worked out great. And plus, you know, Cliff is a great guy. You know, he was on the show before the first episode of Finding Bigfoot. I think he came on and he was kind of, you know, promoting the new show coming up.
And I offered to reimburse Cliff for the shipping for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote me back and said, no, all I want is the next time you grace my presence, I just want a hug and a smile.
That's too much.
What kind of, I mean, wow.
What a great guy. What a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So my heart is very warm tonight, you know, with that exchange and what I've received is just, to me, it's priceless. And
I want to get out there one of these days and see Cliff's museum. And I also want to see the Patterson-Gimlin location. I would love to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I would love to put that that's on the bucket list.
I don't know if I'll be able to right now.
I would love to do that.
Kicking up. I hope this goes away or I get it fixed because I don't want to be crippled the rest of my life. Like
I'm still looking for the RV to come along. That's not, $5 billion. So maybe one will show up. A used one will show up somewhere.
No, you're pretty crafty like that anyway.
Well, sometimes I can find a deal on something, but usually if it's something that I really want or need, I can't find it. Other than, oh yeah, here's a brand new one, or no, here's one that's 5 years old, but another 10 grand, you could buy a new one for the same price. No way, man. Can't afford that. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not going to buy that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, costs too much money. And a $5,000 RV will get you to the same place that a $100,000 RV will, if it don't break down.
You know what you hear coming from Chris's wallet?
Yes, that's right. Didn't pry it open with a crowbar. Oh, yeah. Brian says, in the Bigfoot community, Steve, you have something that's a piece of history from the OG scientists who started giving legitimacy to the topic, Bigfoot topic. Exactly.
I sure do.
Yeah, Rev, I might try that. I might do a van conversion.
And you know what? The funny thing is my Patterson cast was made by Dr. Meldrum.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
That one was shadow boxed.
Yeah.
My Ford-Ann cast would be the one I would use for kids to take pictures with and stuff like that, but not anymore. Yeah. Now I have to shadow box that along with this other one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Frank put so much overcast on it, it's a pretty big cast.
Oh, man.
So I don't know if I'm going to do them separately or I'm going to do them individually or together, rather. But I would love to, definitely when I go up to Whitehall this year, people are going to see two casts that come out of Ford-Ann.
It would be good, to let them see the side-by-side comparison. And so they can see that, without a doubt, this is from the same individual from two different, time frames. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
A Squatchmobile build series would be a great YouTube content. Yes. Squatchmobile.
Oh, no, it's not. I don't really build them. I go down to Hobby Lobby and I can get those cases for like $25. I get the foam for another $5. So really, I think it cost me like $35 for a shadow box kit. With the foam that I cut and put in it.
Yeah, I've got to do something with mine. I bought the Patterson-Gimlin cast from brain dead.
Oh, Gianni just snuck in.
Hey, Johnny, welcome. Yeah, I got over at the Park City Bigfoot Festival. I got a was it the Paul Freeman hand print cast and the patterson-gimlin Patty's foot cast.
See, the nice thing is once I set the print in the case, it's pretty friggin' durable. Like, yeah, you're not going to want to drop it, but as far as vibration stuff, it's good to go.
Well, yeah, the main thing, I think the case should keep it protected from people picking it up and then dropping it, you know. Yeah. Once it hits the ground, that's probably pretty much it's over. And that would be bad. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, if they drop the case, well, you know, probably a little broken glass. But other than that.
Well, that could cause the cast to fall out and hit the ground. So I'm very careful with those anyway. And I'm going to probably go from a 1-table display to a 2-table display. You know, one for the books. Yeah. You know, occasionally the wristbands or stickers or whatever else I got to interact with people and talk. And then another table with the displays of the casts on them.
Yeah. And Taters gave me a cast today. I mean, not today, but at the Park City Bigfoot Festival. And it was awesome. And he made it pink. I he was just experimenting with some different coloration, you know. I think he was adding food color to his mix and then pouring the cast.
Well, that is the cast for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
So. Well, we'll accept that. But hey, it was free, so thanks again, David. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of more I think about it, the sadder I'm getting. You know.
Well, but, you know, you got the ball moving down the field. That's the main thing.
That's it. We get the ball moving down the field.
That's right.
Yeah, there's going to be some interesting stuff coming up very soon. I got to get with my my Project Forest Stalker guys. And see what we can do. Throw some glitter in your cast and it could be a sparkle squatch. Oh my God.
That's a good idea, Jan. Yeah. Oh, the
yeah, I just wish the one that we had in Chautauqua took. But see, the problem is I have difficulty casting in it turns out that I'm not so great at casting where there's water.
Yeah.
And there was 2 casts that were partially, had water in the bottom, and you try to cast, they say you can cast it, but really it's a pain in the ass. Pardon my French, but but we had one attempt at Chautauqua Lake, and we had one attempt at Lincoln Mountain in New York, both in New York. But we had a very nice partial of a 5-toed print in Chautauqua Lake area, Chautauqua County, New York. And then another one that we had cast up in Saratoga County, New York, that split in half because it just didn't cure right with the moisture in it. It just
Brian Barber said, I've been a Bigfoot enthusiast since 1976, but Dr. Meldrum was a superstar to me once I started watching Monster Quest. Me too, Brian. Me too. I thought a lot of Dr. Meldrum.
He was a good dude. Good dude.
And Gary said, I never followed anyone's theory, did everything by myself. Well, that's cool, Gary. But, some of the things some of the questions that I had, Dr. Meldrum answered right here on this show. Right. And one of the things I couldn't understand is, and this has been other areas of Kentucky, people were reporting tracks, and I had seen this to where it looked like a moccasin track, like there was a print with, not a shoe, it was a barefoot with no toes. And they're like trying to figure out, well, what's going on here? Are they Indians? Are they wearing moccasins or what? And Dr. Meldrum explained that to me. depending on the substrate where the track is being made and what the creature's doing, how it's moving, the toes may be down or they may be up, depending on how it's walking at any particular time. And I found that explained the situation here exactly, precisely. It depends on what the creature is doing.
Well, anyway, guess what time it is, Chris?
Already? Oh, yeah. Now, 1 hour goes by quick. Yeah, it does. Oh. And that's our musical cue. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I want to thank all our members. Thank you. It means a lot, and you're helping to support real Bigfoot research. If it's your first time listening to this broadcast, if you're catching it live or on the replay, make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash the like if you haven't already. It really helps us out with the algorithm, and we need every advantage we can get to get this out to more people. Thank you so much. Again, we have the greatest Bigfoot audience we could ever hope to have, and this is only possible because of you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, folks, again, thank you. We do have the best audience in the world. We love you all. And we'll be coming back to you this Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, with another rousing round of Squatch-D TV. Yes, that's right. And make sure, if you haven't, go over to Squatchdetective.com, sign up for that free newsletter. It's free. What in life is free? Not much. You know, maybe some bad advice. Anyway, folks, we love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you Friday night at the end of the week. So keep safe. God bless. And of course, keep on squatching. We'll see you all Friday.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member, and it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.